Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the Lumsing Pilot 4GS 12000mAh power bank. So let's go ahead and open up the packet. Okay, just making sure that there's nothing else left in the packet right there. And we can take a close-up look at the box packaging. And now we can go ahead and open it up. So okay, let's do it the nice and easy way and open it from the opposite side. And slide out the contents. Once again, making sure there's nothing else left behind. Okay, we can set the box to one side. And now let's go ahead and slide the power bank and the rest of the contents out from the inner box tray here. And then we can put it to one side as well. So that's the contents of the box emptied out onto the tabletop right here. And let's start off with this item right here, which appears to be some information about the product reviewer program. Okay, and now we can set that to one side. Moving on to the next item, which is the Lumsing Pilot 4GS 12000mAh power bank's user manual. Okay, so it's in English with fine print or small print, and the user manual is covered in other languages as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that to one side as well. Now we can go ahead and pop the power bank out from its protective plastic wrapper right here, and straight away I can notice the very cool surface of the power bank. It does have a nice satin finish, and it does have quite a bit of weight to it as well, being a 12000mAh power bank, so rather high in capacity, yet very slim in terms of dimensions. And this is the silver power bank. It's also available in pink and gold. So you can see it does have quite a nice satin finish. So nice metallic flecked finish, as you can see. Well, maybe not flecked, but it does have a very shiny satin sheen to it. And size wise, you can see, just holding it in my hand right there. And of course we want to look around the sides of the power bank. So there's some technical specifications and data there. And on the opposite end, 2 USB outlet ports, as well as a lightning connector charging port. So there's the input port right there in the middle. And then there is a power or multifunction button there. So that's the sides of the case right round. And of course, let's go ahead and tap on the button to see what that does. And that of course lights up the LED power reserve indicator or battery charge capacity LEDs right there. So 3 out of a maximum of 4 LEDs lit up there in white. Okay, so now let's go ahead and test it out by just quickly charging a couple of devices. So I do have my trusty old Sony Ericsson Xperia Ray before Sony became a standalone mobile manufacturer. While it was still Sony Ericsson, so let's go ahead and plug in the USB cable or micro USB cable, and then plug the other end into the power bank. And then let's turn it on and see what happens. It should actually charge straight away, but let's plug in a second device as well. So I do have my trusty Sony Xperia Z5 Compact with the Bling's TPU case, both of which I've unboxed before. Let's go ahead and plug it in as well. So micro USB charging cable plugged into the end, and then plug the other end into the unit. Okay, so interestingly, it hasn't charged or started charging either of the devices. So I guess what we have to do is turn on the power bank to get it to charge. So the power button does turn on or off the charging of the devices or power supply going into the devices. So as you can see, both devices are charging with the battery charging indicator there, and the indicator as well at the top to show that it is charging. And the LEDs stay on the power bank, as you can see. And let's press and hold, and that will turn off the power supply from the power bank. So nice to have this little feature there, so you don't always have to unplug and replug your devices whenever you want to stop or charge your devices. So pressing and holding again, just to make sure. Okay, a little bit tricky here, but I'm sure we can get the power supply to continue or resume. And as always read the user manual or user guide before attempting to operate any of such devices. So there we go. The supply is back on. It just needed a moment. I was kind of impatient, so I might have turned it on and off before it could figure out what I wanted to do. So there we go. Both devices nicely charging, and the power bank is still nice and cool. Obviously, with the metal case, it does help keep the temperatures at bay to keep it nice and stable and reliable when it comes to charging multiple devices, in this case 2 smartphones simultaneously. So that's the Lumsing Pilot 4GS 12000mAh power bank. Thanks for watching and happy charging!